O mulo. Oj, devla.
Ave Maria. My God, he's very much.
That nobleman came back. He said he... Not going to let it drop.
Verdammt hochnäsig.
Hoch...
Grüß dich, aber du bist ja voller Blut. What do you need?
Show me your wares. I'd like to do something about that price.
Gut, versuchen wir's. Ja, das ist gut. Finally a good price. Du wirst sicher zufrieden sein. Bis bald.
Here you go. Take it.
Lord be with you.
About those cumans.
Is it... done?
Aye. That shouldn't be a problem anymore.
Are you sure? They weren't so tough after all.
Good to hear. Those monsters deserve no mercy. At least there's one less thing to worry about. Here's some coin for your trouble. I'm glad I can count on you.
Take care and have a pleasant evening.
Necia bałwał. Li- Bohu.
Greetings. What brings you here so early in the morning?
I'll have a look at the wares. I'd like to do something about that price.
All right, I'm listening. You'll convince me with that price. Thank you, and take care.
She doesn't seem such a shrew to me.
Well. Gepriesen sei der Herr. What do you need?
Show me your wares.
Wie schade.
You fucking murderer!
You're that murderer!
You have a kind.
What kind of pig was sitting here?
I'm dedicating my life to unrequited love and French sonnets.
He's gone fucking cuckoo.
What are you two talking about then?
A peasant like you would never understand.
Well, looks can be deceiving. If I weren't so kind-hearted, you might annoy me with talk like that.
Wise counsel indeed. What's your name?
My name is Henry.
Then sit, noble Enrico, and give your verdict on our dispute.
Oi, don't be shy. Come and sit with us.
It's Henry. H-E-N... Whatever.
Ah, Any tanner or bathhouse boy could be called Henry. Enrico is nobilissimo.
Oh, for the love of God. Will you just tell me what you were discussing?
It's just that my dear friend George here is a vulgar louse who knows as much about the art of poetry as a baying donkey.
To tell the truth, my last encounter with verse didn't end all that well.
Really? Come on, let's discuss it over a beer.
Man to man, poet to poet.
Well, I wouldn't exactly say I was...
Sit.
So, are you going to tell me what you're talking about?
It's about nothing less than the very essence of the art of poetry.
And also about the fact that Michael here hasn't got his oats for ages and it's got his brain in a twist.
Kindly ignore our friend George here. He's been a simple soul ever since he was dropped on his head as a baby.
Freedom. I figured out poetry ain't to be found in inspiration from the muse. All the truth in the world is right there in ale, roast pig, and fucking.
To the point where fornication and drinking leave no time for actual composing. Better to forego the pleasures of the flesh and give oneself to art. Onorate l'altissima poeta.
Aye, aye. Keep your hair on, mate. As I said, he's not in his right mind. He once met an Italian poet, and ever since he thinks he's Dante Alighieri.
Alighieri, you dolt. So what do you think, Enrico? Where should a poet seek inspiration?
Well, I rather doubt it's to be found in beer or some wench's cleavage. Those might be nice to look at, but an artist should seek inspiration in higher things.
My very words. Let's drink to that.
However you look at it, you, my friend, as a worldly,
And highborn,
clever,
experienced,
intrepid,
unique.
in short, just the right fella.
You might be able to help us out with something.
Greetings.
What are you after?
Enrico, we are in need of an adventurer.
My name's Henry. H-E-N... something...
In short, Enrico, we're in need of an adventurer, a man of action,
All right.
a man of goodwill, a man of knowledge, a man,
A fucking good fella.
a fellow who helps his fellow man, aspiring minstrels.
If only you knew, mate, what genius is sleeping in our throats. Songs just waiting for a voice to raise you to the heights of glory.
Imagine it. An ode to Henry, the hapless, hoe-wielding hero, harassing the heartless hordes of
Humans?
That's it! Hark, Henry the Lionheart! The only thing missing for you to achieve glory is...
A loot! We need a loot!
All right, but where would I even get a thing like that?
In the words of the poet, una volta corre il cane, e una altra la lepre. He who seeks shall find, or something like that.
And finding it won't be hard. We've done a bit of snooping, and there's only one in these parts.
It's hanging all forlorn on a wall at the carpenter's in Troskowitz. The house directly opposite the Rathaus.
It ain't no use to him, but he won't sell it, the tight ass.
While if it were in our hands...
In our hands, it will sing like a nun on Sunday.
And it will be the torch lighting our way from this provincial purgatory to the gates of Kuttenberg.
Torch? Shit, you want to fucking burn it?
It's a metaphor, you ignorant oaf.
As usual.
All right, I'll see what I can do. Please just quieten down for a bit.
God be with you, neighbor.
Good to see you. God.
Who goes there?
You've no business here. What's that you're doing? Surely you don't want to break in. You, such a good soul. I hope you're not.
I heard you've got a really fine loot.
Aye, a lovely piece, God's truth. A rich Kuttenberg gent brought it in for repair. He hasn't been back to pick it up yet. Maybe he ran out of coin. The loot itself is worth a fair few groschen, and my repairs won't come cheap either.
Tell you what, how about you sell me that loot?
I told you, it's not mine to sell. How would I explain that to the gent who brought it to me?
But what if he never comes back? You yourself said he ran out of coin, didn't you?
I said maybe. Do you think anyone would trust me with the repairs again if word got out I was selling off their stuff?
Come on. Anything can be sold if the price is right.
Not this time, friend. I'm an honest craftsman.
Who's that old fella who's always sitting in the carpentry shop? What's he doing there?
Oh, that's just my old man. He worked there his whole life, and now he can't tear himself away from it. At least he keeps an eye on the place in case of thieves. If only he didn't booze so much.
He's worked his whole life, so he deserves the occasional drink, doesn't he?
Occasional? He'd let the devil himself through the door if he was carrying a flagon of mead. Farewell, and good night. Can I help you with something? Get out of here, Mart. Call that...
Oh, a nice instrument. Maybe I should learn to play it and become a wandering minstrel.
Christ be praised.
Huh? You have no business poking around in there. That fella! Stop. He's the one! Pacify him! Quick!
Show your stuff.
Enough! I give up!
Your goose is cooked, scum. Now you'll pay for all your thievery, and you have a lot to atone for.
But I acted within the law. You see, I really just wanted to borrow something. Just for a little while. Really?
Borrow, you say? You should have come to me. I'm in a lending mood. How about I lend you a few days in the pillory?
What times are these?
All right, I'll pay. I don't want any trouble.
Now, let's have a look at what you've stolen. Show me the goods. And if I find anything else on you that doesn't belong to you, I'll confiscate that too.
Take a look then.
Yeah, right. Besides what's missing, this obviously doesn't belong to you either. I'm confiscating everything. All right, that, along with indulgence, should be enough. But I don't want to see anything like that again. The cheek on you! I'll give you... Enough!
Enough! I give up!
Wanted to get into my purse, did you? I don't think so. Pay the fine, right now.
All right, I'll pay. I don't want any trouble.
Now, let's have a look at what you've stolen. Show me the goods.
Take a look then.
Good. In that case... Clear off, and don't bother me. Be on your way.
Like nothing's missing. Thank God.
You silly doggy.
Greetings. What brings you here so early in the morning?
I need a place to sleep and something to eat.
Aye, we've got some room left. And for how long?
I'll just stay the night.
All right, but money up front.
All right, I'll pay. Here's your groschen.
Agreed then. The room's yours. Your bed's ready, and there's some food in the pot.
Where did you say the lads who found the water goblin's treasure go swimming?
Near the pier, on the Rock Tower Pond.
I'm afraid I've got bad news. I found the lads, but they were dead. They drowned.
Christ almighty. I told them they should have returned the treasure. Those poor lads. Such foolishness. Thanks anyway. I'll let the Troskovitz gravedigger know. He'll bury them. Take care.
I feel like laying down.
Why is this all sticky?
What? Stop fooling around! What kind of idea? Go sniff somewhere else. Get out!
Doggy.
Mastery.
my friend.
Boy.
Greetings to you. I've got that loot for you.
Incredible! Magnificent! Fascinating.
You really got it! Give me that lovely thing so I can fondle her.
Such a noble instrument is just begging to celebrate art and life.
It's like it's saying, hey, with me in your hands, you'll be able to grab any wench you want.
How can you take such a fine thing and abuse it for vulgar gain?
Abuse? No, friend. Put to good use.
Come on, play me something, will you?
Give me a moment. I just have to hold it like this, and...
What's that you have there? Hey, let me see. How the hell do you... hold it? Ah. Oh, Anna has tiny tits, like a pair of cherry pits. Uh-oh.
Christ, no!
The idiot broke the strings!
Calm down, these things happen.
I'm sorry, but... mate, I'll best be off now, eh?
Fuck! Shit! You fucking whoreson! Your ma should have dumped you on the manure heap the moment you were born. What's gonna happen with that loot?
Use it for firewood. It'll burn nicely with that lacquer.
What? Henry, sick him! I mean, give him what for?
Hey, why don't we all just simmer down? After all, it was an accident.
Yeah, of course it was an accident. Then I wanted to give it a stroke.
There you go. Now apologise nicely and clear off.
All right. I'm sorry. Sorry. Forget me. Forgive me. Forget it.
Now what are we supposed to do? Without strings, it's just firewood, you know?
Our dreams are shattered. The rose-tinted skies of glory are obscured by dark clouds. We'll be toiling in filth till we breathe our last.
Farewell to Kuttenberg. Farewell to you lovely city damsels.
We could replace those strings with new ones, couldn't we?
Look, old pal. Henry himself is offering to lend a hand.
The hunter Vostatek told me once that he made some strings for someone. He can make some for us.
Vostatek? I know him. In fact, he owes me.
Really? Damn. Too bad he doesn't owe us. Who knows what he'll charge me and Michael for the strings?
Sometimes the price is just too high to pay.
Especially when you ain't got a groschen to your name.
All right. I'll go and see what he says.
All praise and glory to you. May you and all your kin be honored for 7 generations for all you have done for us unfortunate artists.
Excuse me.
Quick. Ka! Ka! Go!
Whoa! I'm trying to get strings for a loop, and I hear you know all about that.
I do, but it ain't so straightforward. You have to sacrifice an animal for that.
You mean an altar? Candles, mysterious chanting and stuff?
Nah, nothing like that. You just have to get a sheep, find the thinnest gut, and weave strings from it. You can eat the rest.
I don't know how to gut animals.
Well, you're just gonna have to learn. Run along to the woods and bag a deer or a few hares, eh? You won't get much of any use out of them at first, but after a bit of practice, you'll get there.
And meanwhile, I'll clear half your forest of game.
You'd have your work cut out, lad. But if you'd rather, you can always buy those guts from a butcher.
All right, I'll get the guts somewhere.
The Takov folk have sheep aplenty. If you killed one, they wouldn't even notice. It would serve that bastard Project right anyway. He's put up the price of his liquor again.
Well then, does the best forester in the land have some problems I could help him with?
Henry, you buffoon. I'm not the best in the land, but I'm in these parts, though. Know why? Because I'm the only one here. Well, apart from Varel, that is.
So you don't have any problems?
As it happens, there is something. Recently, my supplies have been running out quickly for some reason. And you know how much I like a drink when I'm taking a break on the bench behind my house.
I don't, actually. I thought the time you spent up that tree was an exception.
On the contrary. So, I need to top up my supplies. Run along to Troskovets for a bottle or two for me. Take this coin here.
And what would you like to drink, gamekeeper of Ostatek?
I call it the poacher's hideout. Mix a goblet of mead with wine, add a bit of saffron.
I've never heard of this poacher's hideout brew before.
Hold on! Poachers! I need help with poachers, the bastards. They think they can turn the woods into their own territory, but they won't get the better of me. I'll send you after them. You're hard as nails, you are. What's more, I'll give you a decent reward for getting rid of them vermin.
That sounds better.
Aye, so I don't forget. Hand back the coin I gave you for the booze.
But there's some things I need before I go after the poachers. I have to get my gear fixed up and so on. Think of yourself as my patron.
You're a schemer, lad. All right. Then, keep the coin. But you haven't told me if you'll actually do it or not.
I'll help you with the poachers. The hunters will become the prey.
That's the stuff. They should be trembling already.
Tell me where I can find the poachers, then. So I can pounce straight on them.
Hold your horses. I want them alive, not hacked to pieces. So don't butcher them.
I wasn't planning on killing them, you know.
Glad to hear it. You'd be surprised how many hotheads have offered to do just that. I've had enough of hearing, "They're all dead, Vostatek," and then finding out the smart arse spent the whole day in the tavern instead. So if you do kill a poacher, I want proof.
No gutting, you said. So that's settled.
Look, let's get to the point. We have to focus on Rock Tower Pond and the forests around it. That's where game's becoming scarcest.
Where should I look?
I already told you, didn't I? Try looking around to the west. It's easy to find. Otherwise, it's not. And so...
I don't have the best memory. We made camp there.
So you can be reminiscent. Have a swim. I don't know why people don't...
Let's say I go into the forest and come across some bloke. What then?
The main thing is to make sure he really is the poacher. We'd have some explaining to do if you accused an innocent man.
That shouldn't be too hard. If he's hunting, I'll seize him. If he isn't, I'll leave him alone.
That's no way to go about it, Henry. You have to be certain, right? The Rock Tower poacher, sir. He tends to spend the day holed up, only coming out before dawn or after dusk. He probably knows I like to sleep in and spend my evenings having a drink. So I won't be trudging round the pond at those times.
So the best thing would be to catch him in his camp?
Aye. He'll have dead animals, hides, bones, meat. He won't be able to talk his way out of that. Them poachers have also started using signs to mark their hunting grounds. They bend a branch of some pine to make a kind of circle. But what's the point of describing them, since I've got a few samples? They're at my cottage, next to the outhouse, where I have this lean-to. Take a look so you know what to watch out for.
Can I count on your help?
Ha, you bet. We'll divide it up into patches and make a noose no poacher will escape.
Patches? What do you mean?
I'll take the area around the gamekeeper's lodge, say. Maybe some poachers get the idea it's darkest under a candlestick. My helpers will search the smaller woods, and you take the rest. With those young legs of yours, you'll comb the forest nice and quick.
Aye, right. I get it. That's the best idea you could come up with, eh?
Aye, Henry.
Where should I take the poacher? To you?
To the Troskovitz bailiff, even though he's a bit, well... Look, I'll send him a message so he knows we're going to be bringing him some poachers. It would be just like him to let them go because you were acting without authorization.
Well, you could go with me.
And leave the lodge unattended? Not a chance. Not to mention that leg of mine since I jumped down from the tree. Oh.
I understand. You'd rather stand, or rather sit, guard. I'll be off then.
Good luck, and let me know how it goes. I hope you give them what for, because I'm sick and tired of them. They've been at it for 2 months now. Or is it 4?
You can count on me.
I'm always glad to see polite people like you. God be with you.
God be with you. How's the watch going?
Wie geht's, mein Freund?
I'll have a look at the wares.
Wie schade. Auf Wiedersehen.
Careful.
Greetings. I'll be with... How can I help you today, friend?
I'll have a look at the wares. Let's talk about the price.
All right. I'm listening. This is pointless. I'm done haggling with you. Pleasure doing business. Take care.
Go! Quick! 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 Car! Go!
Slow down, you idiots!
Car!
Whoa!
Good day.
I've got that sheep gut for you.
I hope you killed the poor creature before you pulled it out of its rectum. Or did you chicken out and buy it somewhere? Not that I care. Wait here a while and I'll make them strings for you.
Hail Mary. Proper poetry, innit?
I got those strings for you.
Ah, how the hills shall ring out in gladness to their glorious sound.
We'll fix the loot and head off for Kuttenberg, fame and fortune. All praise to you, friend.
Right. I hope that's all you need.
If only, Henry, old pal. It's just there's still one little fuck-up.
But first, you forgot to mention that half the village, including the bailiff and the resident idiot, saw you pilfer the loot.
George is exaggerating a bit, but still, we're a bit worried what will happen when someone finds out we've got the stolen loot.
You wanted a loot, you've got it.
We're as grateful to you as anyone could ever be, but truth be told, we're still a bit concerned.
I reckon it would be wisest to pack up and clear off. But it's not that simple.
The innkeeper doesn't want us to leave. Says Kuttenberg isn't the place for us.
Can you imagine? He who never set foot outside his village wants to block 2 free souls in their path to fame.
And fortune.
And recognition.
And under the skirts of town maidens.
Beast. In short, dear friend, you must have a word with him. You're worldly wise. He's sure to listen more to you than to us.
Hang on. How can the innkeeper keep you from going anywhere?
Well, you know, he's incapable of grasping that the artistic soul needs to fly as free as a bird.
Aye, he's an
Ignoramus.
Besides, we owe him a bit of coin.
Well, why don't you pay him back then?
That's just it. We'd love to. We could always scrape together a few groschen.
But it's not coin he's after. He wants us to work off our debt.
He lets you two drink on credit? How so?
Because he's a damn crook.
He knows we can't pay back our debt outright, but he counts every wretched sip we take and adds it to the burden we have to shoulder.
I'll have a word with him, and we'll see what happens.
That's the spirit.
Let's drink to that!
It happens. Just watch where you're going next time.
I hear Michael and George have run up a small debt with you.
A small debt? They owe me a whole heap of work, my friend. A month ago, I told them to dig a hole for shit behind the barn, and I'm still waiting. There's a privy there, but now it's full. The shit has nowhere to go but downhill. It's flowing down to the bathhouse. The other day, they promised that if I poured them a drink, they'd haul sacks of chaff to the barn. They boozed for free all night and swathed down sausages till they were as greasy as a card axle. But that chaff is still out in the damp and rain.
Can't they just pay what they owe you?
It has nothing to do with the coin. Those two need to learn some responsibility. Damn their idle hands. Nothing can cure their laziness but labour.
So, haul some sacks and empty the latrine. And then the debt is paid?
Aye, but I'll bet my boots that even if those two miraculously got off their asses, they'd still manage to rack up another debt in no time.
Couldn't someone else do the work instead of Michael and George? They'd just do a shoddy job anyway. You know them.
Well, they'd have to do it again then. I'm telling you. Until the chaff's undercover and the latrine's clean enough to eat out of, them two owe me.
No, you're right. That pair will have to get off their arses.
Why is this all sticky?
Don't be a true goal of real poetry.
Cheap. Fellas, about those jobs you're supposed to do.
We? But, dear friend, we're artists.
Here we are. Good.
Listen here. I'm not going to wade around in shit just because you're a pair of lazybones.
Troubadours, you meant to say? Poets? Who else would do it if not you?
I told you, I'm not doing it. It's your shit. You fucking muck it out.
And we took you for a friend. You're just like the others. You don't know shit about art and you put no value on it.
You're just like the others. You have no appreciation of the fragility of an artist's soul.
I'm fed up with being used by you.
If that's your attitude, goodbye then. We took you for a better man.
Just look at what you've accomplished thanks to us, and all the adventures you've had.
Well,
Such benevolence deserves to be repaid.
It's good of you to help us clean the place up. After all, it's the least we could ask of you. See, Michael? Henry's delighted to help us.
I knew you'd never leave us stuck.
You won't be sorry. We'll pay you back in gold for every single turd.
Good day.
And with you.
If you get hungry, I'm sorry.
It happens. Just watch where you're going next time.
a spade.
Oh, good grief. What on earth are they eating to shit this out? I should have ditched those songsters ages ago.
The Lord be with you.
Oh, damn. This is throwing my back out. From my neck to my arse. Ugh, at least it's done.
Say it.
It's a pull. Utter the word.
The jobs have been done. Like you wanted.
But I gather from the stench you did it all by yourself. And those two dolts didn't lift a finger again, did they? Fuck. How is that supposed to drum the idleness out of them?
It won't. But what can you do?
Nothing. The job's done, so the debt is settled, I suppose. Michael and George can go to the devil for all I care.
Thanks. I'm sure they'll be delighted.
Sooner or later, someone will wring their necks anyway. Not everyone will be as soft on them as me.
I've squared things with the innkeeper. Your debt's been settled.
Our saviour. We knew you'd support our artistic souls and save our mortal bodies.
May your name live in glory.
Your glory shall be sealed by the song we wrote for you.
Oh my god, what have you done?
Fuck yeah. For you and about you, our hero.
Definitely not going to sing those words, right?
Which words?
You know exactly.
I'm just joking. Right, you ready?
Can't tune the strings.
You've got one job. Good? Right. When it seems you're out of luck, there's just one man who gives a fuck. A friend who'll never leave you stuck. Now who can that friend be? Well?
Ludiek?
Henry, our hero Henry, the fellow who helps his fellow man. Henry, reliable Henry, he gets the job done the best he can. Oh, oh, oh. Watch out, here we go. Oh, oh, I can't hear you in the back. When you want to string your lute and trumpet with your back drum, who will pull a sheep gut out through the creature's rectum? Oh, Henry, we thank you, Henry, the fellow who helps his fellow man. His fellow man! Henry, let's drink to Henry, he gets the job done the best he can. Yeah!
So, how did you like it?
Weren't we fantastic? I tell you, that loot really gave it a punch.
I'd say we were incomparable. Chi la dura la vince. You can't keep a good man down. The world awaits us.
Awaits us with open arms.
Absolutely great. Amazing. Breathtaking.
Ha ha! I knew it!
If our first song is so successful, just imagine how our next one will be received.
We'll conquer the fucking world!
Dear Enrico, thank you for everything. It's time for us to shake the dust of this God-forsaken place off our feet and seek our fortune in the big wide world.
Kuttenberg, here we come!
New life, here we come.
Now, hold your horses, fellas.
Here you have it.
What about my reward for everything I've done for you?
We've already paid you back, my friend.
Didn't you hear the ode we wrote about you?
Look, that's all very nice. But what about some coin?
Please, Henry, don't be so base. No gold in the world can match the luster of our velvet voices.
Just wait till that song about you makes the rounds. You'll be so famous you'll have to fend off the women with a pitchfork.
Besides, you've gained the most valuable thing in all the world. Friends.
Farewell, friend. And thanks for everything.
Greetings to you as well.